an exclusive interview with Dr. Paul L. Child Jr., the new Executive Vice President for Bisco. It's Friday, May 18th, and this is DPR Friday. Welcome to this week's episode of DPR Friday. I'm Thais Carter, Director of Content for Advanced Star Dental Media. You'll remember that a few weeks back we announced Dr. Paul L. Child Jr. taking a new position, transitioning from CR, Clinician's Report, to Bisco. We were able to get a few minutes alone with him recently here in Chicago. Check out this clip. And we are very excited today to have Dr. Paul Child, the Executive Vice President for Bisco, with us. Dr. Child was previously with Drs. Gordon and Rella Christensen at CR, or CRA. But Paul, we really want to hear what were some of the things that kind of propelled you to come on board at Bisco?
Working with Gordon and Rella Christensen was a fantastic opportunity for me. I was able to gain more knowledge and more experience in a 3.5-year period than I could imagine anywhere else. And it also gave me the opportunity to work with thousands of different dental companies out there. And as I started to work with all these different dental companies, I started to notice a few companies who consistently stood out above the rest. Not necessarily financially, but in the terms of the quality of their products and the passion and the way that they conduct their business. And Bisco happened to be one of those products. And so when I knew my time was coming near at CR to depart, Gordon and I had a wonderful opportunity, a mutual opportunity to depart, where I would continue on and search for a new job. And it led to Bisco. And I'd met Dr. Byung Sa many, many times before. And most people who know Dr. Sa know him for his integrity. They know that he's not all about making millions and millions of dollars, but just doing something that's better. We always hear the term faster, easier, better, less expensive, things like that. Dr. Sa was just about the better, and it gave me an opportunity to use the knowledge I had gained in my prosthodontic residency and in my lab profession and my own personal practice and everything I did at CR to hopefully be able to come to Bisco and drive some real innovation, some expansion, and some exciting changes for the future.
Great. Now, as far as exciting change, I mean, already there have been several really great launches out of Bisco in the last few months. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those launches and what gets you excited about them?
Yes. Our most exciting product that I would say, even in my opinion, and right now our fastest growing product of all time, is a product called TheraCal LC. TheraCal is a first of its kind. It's a product that is a calcium silicate. It also has an MTA component in it, which has already been proven in the literature and the research over and over again. It can be used for direct pulp caps, indirect pulp caps, liners, but it releases a large amount of calcium, which helps to rebuild the tooth. Thus, we call it not a bio product, things that you hear that kind of a buzzword, bio, nano this. This is truly the first regenerative, restorative that's available today to all of dentistry. And so this product, as it's put down, as a liner up to 1 millimeter thick, it actually is cleared by the FDA for appetite stimulating, and where it will help lay the scaffold, the building blocks, to be able to repair dentin and to be able to have it to be long lasting. I would say our second product that's exciting that we just launched at the midwinter is our All-Bond Universal. Universal is another one of those terms people say. It's got to be universal this, universal this. It's almost as big as a buzzword as nano. All-Bond Universal to us is 30 years of culmination of Dr. Sa's exciting chemistry. Being able to take the problems that we had before and solve them. For example, people talk about 7th generation adhesives. Let's put everything in a bottle, shake it up, and hope it lasts. And we know how bad they failed. Finally, we have a product now that you can use with any type of a etching system you want, whether you want to do a self-etch, which is dry. If you want to put the blue stuff on there still, be my guest, you can do a total etch. If you want to do selective etch, just around the enamel, that's a fantastic way to do it. But more importantly, though, you can use this with any substrate, any type of material. So whether it's zirconia, whether it's lithium disilicate, which is Emax and some of the newer versions, or whether you want to do it with a dual cure composite or even a self-cure composite, it's all going to work together with it seamlessly, and it's going to result in a high bond strength that's very durable and lasts a long time. It's the first product of its kind that has everything in one bottle.
Great, great. Now, obviously, one of the keys to these types of launches that are really kind of game changers within their respective categories, the real key to that is having a very committed R&D team. What can you tell us about the R&D process at Bisco?
The R&D Bisco process is very unique. I'm fortunate enough that I've been able to tour about almost every dental factory out there, and I've been able to see the fantastic ways that they do it. And we do have some things that are special, and I would say that many other companies do as well. Your chemists and your engineers, they're the true innovators in a company. And without their insight and their foresight to be able to see the things that come through to the future that are going to help the clinicians, we're lost without them. At Bisco, we have a fantastic communication system where we've got our chemists that are continually working with our clinicians. I spend time every day, every week with them, making sure that I'm giving them the clinical input they need.
Right.
Is the viscosity right? Right. Is the handling right? Is the cleanup good for the product? Because we know that although the chemistry may be better, they may have a perfect chemistry, if it doesn't set up right, nobody's going to use it. Right. And so we have this beautiful synergy that we have set up here, and that's why I believe you're going to see many, many exciting things out of the Bisco organization in the next few years.
Well, to that end, are there any teasers that you can give us or the people at home for things that we can expect coming down the pipeline?
Yes, I can give a few teasers. I'd be mean if I didn't. Right now, there's a lot of hype with bulk fill. Let's put a whole bunch of composite in there, and it's really kind of, I've been one of the proponents saying we need white amalgam. It's not that we want silver, dark colors. We want something you just plug in one pop and carve it up and you're done. We need something that's antibacterial over time. No company has that. It's antibacterial over time, and we're not talking fluoride. Because Denton doesn't need fluoride. It's the enamel that needs fluoride. So, how much is glass ionomer? How far can we push that? You're going to see some exciting things in bases and bulk fills that I think that you'll see Bisco revolutionize those areas. The other thing I can give you a teaser on is that we're traditionally known as an adhesive company. However, most of the things I do have to do with non-adhesives. Traditionally, when I was doing things before, I'm doing 60% surgery and a lot of crown and bridge and comparing a lot of ceramics. It makes perfect sense that I would bring my experience and knowledge into Bisco and say, okay, you're a chemistry company, you can mix these beautiful chemicals together to make it ideal. What else can I offer out there? So instead of just operative products, why shouldn't we start offering products that can be used with implants? Why can't I start offering products that can be used for new different ways to temporize things? Looking at the endodontics, at pediatrics, at orthodontics. All of these areas we're going to expand into, and we're not just going to come out with Me Too products. I can promise you that. I've seen enough Me Too products, and I've evaluated thousands of Me Too products. Bisco's not coming out with Me Too products. We're coming out with products that are going to dominate and be highly unique and sought after.
Amazing. Well, it's a privilege for us to be able to take some time with you today. Thanks so much for making time for us. That's it for today's episode. For more on the latest products and industry news, don't miss DPR Friday next week and every week. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.